cancel culture is about canceling.
Up yours. Woke moralists. Up yours.
Systematic bullying that's happening.
And they believe that they did that.
Cocaína.
But it's the wax that the Terminator X spun. Now they got me in a cell cause my records ain't sell. Cause a brother like me said, well,
it's born like this, immaculate conception. I transform like this, perform like this, which yells you a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate, then off your head. This that puts against the bed. This that I got realness, I just push, cause it's in my DNA. I got millions, I got riches building in my DNA. I got junk, I got evil that rot inside my DNA. I got off, I got trouble, some heart inside my DNA.
They seem animalistic is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals.
The woke mob, they ruin everything.
They stopped Ben Shapiro from going to events and speaking. They stopped Ann Coulter from doing it.
I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob.
You never cave to the mob.
We will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what.
Do you see the final expression of cancel culture in terrorist groups like
We'll see who cancels who.
They want you to comply.
Hello. Hey, everybody.
Thanks, Matt, for dragging us all here today.
Yeah, it's my fault. It's my fault. Everyone wanted to take more time off, and I said, nope, back to the mines. Back to the mines. Back to the content mill.
You have been rejuvenated, apparently. You
Yeah.
quite a lot of energy you have.
Yeah. This is your Leftist Mafia crew for today, folks. It is I, Matt Binder. It is David Dole of the Rational National, and it is Ariana Jasmine. Hello, David and Ariana.
Hello.
Hi.
As you can see, Ariana is still from another place, I guess, still on her vacation, and I forced her to use her iPad, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, but I'm about to join in with my laptop, so I might skip out real quick. Give me 1 second.
I was saying right before the show, when we got cut off because the show was starting, you should have moved your iPad in landscape mode, and then no one would have really been able to tell you were using your iPad at all.
Nothing's wrong with an iPad.
Nothing wrong with an iPad, but it's just if you switch it over into landscape mode, no one can tell the difference.
Not that who cares if they tell the difference? Nobody cares.
I'm just saying it looks more. You look like
nobody's scrutinizing this show based on tech. I'll tell you that. Oh wait.
Yeah. Well, I am. Oh my God, she's on both.
There we go.
All right. Are you on a potato over there?
Yeah, I'll be honest. The iPad looked better than this.
Are you on the?
Oh, see, and we can hear ourselves.
She doesn't hear us.
No, I don't think she can hear us. Should we remove her? Okay, there you are.
Okay. She switched from the Apple iPad.
I wasn't sure if you realized you were on or not.
Yeah, she switched from the Apple iPad to the Microsoft Yam. Apparently, it looks.
Okay.
iPad looked better.
First of all, boomer.
Clearly, Apple has better
Microsoft
products.
laptop is offensive.
It could be your gaming computer. I don't use a Mac to game. Ooh.
I'm not a gamer.
This was supposed to be an upgrade from the iPad. I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, go back to the iPad.
You guys are so mean.
How is that mean? The iPad clearly was a better image. It's not.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the quality of the image.
Not lying here.
The iPad looked like HD. This looks like I don't know. Do you have? Are you using Are you streaming through a CRT monitor?
Wait, what? Wait, it looks perfectly fine to me. Like, I'm looking at myself and I look okay.
Okay.
It's good. It's good. We can continue.
It's not a big deal.
You know, I was totally like, in 2025, I'm gonna stop ragging Oh, she left.
Just going back to the iPad.
I was actually going to say in 2025, I pledged to no longer single out Ariana and knock on her. But she gave me no choice with the camera quality.
I mean, it was it was the frames per second. Yeah, someone's mentioned it was like 15 frames per second. That was the bigger issue. It was that the iPad was smooth,
right?
And the
Anyway,
laptop was just low frame rate.
Anyway,
But
she'll be back.
regardless, I mean, who's watching right now? It's January 2nd. It's the day after New Year's, which means something, right? I don't know.
We got people watching. I mean, people are watching on my channel. People are watching on your channel. More people are watching.
Yeah, but
on
I mean,
Mike's
who
channel.
are, like-
Mike's not even here.
I know what God. Mike is unbelievable. He probably changed the thumbnail to something like crazy, like, "Oh my God, something exposed. They're gonna discuss this big story." Mike's really good at the
She's back,
clickbaity
folks. Everyone was afraid
podcast
that,
thumbnails.
or at least I was afraid that you were just like, screw it, I'm out of here. I'm not doing this.
No, I'm sorry. I'm still setting everything up on my laptop, so I apologize. I'm here.
All right. So let's get to it. The year started 2025. The year really got off to a terrible start, actually, with a horrible, what appears to be a terrorist attack in New Orleans. And then, while it was fun to see a Cybertruck explode in front of Trump Tower in Las Vegas, as more news comes in, it seems like that just wasn't a Cybertruck issue, a faulty Cybertruck.
Yeah, it wasn't your typical Cybertruck on fire. It was a
right.
one that was
This
actually
appeared-
set.
Hey, shout out to Elon Musk for making his truck so bad to where we had to guess whether it was the truck exploding on its own or a bomb.
He was using the Cybertruck explosion in Vegas as a way to promote the vehicle, saying there's no other commercial vehicle that could have contained that explosion like the Cybertruck. I don't know, David. I don't know if you want to pull that.
Was that his tweet? I thought that was someone defending him.
No. And you know what? I didn't.
He
even give it
tweeted that.
justice. His is
Oh my God.
his is even more insane, honestly. Than I'm
Do you have
I'm
the-
making him sound too sane.
If you have the link to it, I can bring it in.
Let me see.
That's so. I thought I just assumed that was someone defending him.
Oh, and he was replying
He's
to
so sad.
Ian Miles Chong too when he said this. Hold on, let me. All right,
Maybe
drop
he
it
was
in
just. I mean, again, why am I giving Elon Musk excuses? But it's just like, that'd be a joke that you'd make if you weren't already a piece of shit. All right.
All right, David's pulling up the tweet itself. Here we go. Because I gotta say, I didn't give it just. This is. Oh, you blocked Ian Miles Chong.
I guess I did. Yeah. I also had blocked Elon Musk, but he appears to keep getting unblocked on my page, so I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Cybertruck is the worst possible choice for a car bomb, as its stainless steel armor will contain the blast better than
What the
any
fuck is
other
it, by the way?
commercial vehicle. They should run ads. The Cybertruck, Tesla's Cybertruck, the worst possible choice for a car bomb. I mean, they should run with that. I want to see the marketing materials for that, baby.
Wait, was it a
Oh,
car
so yeah,
bomb,
so
or
I
was
must
it
have seen
fireworks?
someone screenshot this and thought that was the end of it.
It appears more information about the driver has come out. And interestingly, this driver also rented the vehicle from that car sharing app, Turo, that the New Orleans terrorist did. They both used the same car renting app. I really think car sharing in that way is a bad idea, and I thought that way before any of this. It just seems like something that's a bad idea. There's a huge stretch from like renting out your property, which doesn't move, like it will always be sitting there, and then renting out property that can be physically taken from location to location. It seems like it'd be a lot harder to track that sort of thing. And look at this. You got two separate individuals renting a truck that is not theirs, one pickup truck in New Orleans, one Cybertruck in Vegas, and using that truck to commit a horrible act and nothing on the vehicle tying them to the act. In fact, because of that guy, the Texas Army veteran who drove through Bourbon Street in New Orleans, killing, I think, what's the number at 12, 13, 14, something like that?
I think it was at 15, if I'm not mistaken.
Killing 15 people. I believe it's the worst automotive killing, like purposeful automotive killing in U.S., like a terrorist attack type killing, like a terrorist attack using an automotive a vehicle. The guy, because he rented the truck, people looked up the truck because there was pictures of the truck going around, and outlets like Fox News looked up the truck, connected it to the guy who actually owned the truck, and then found the driving history, like the history of the vehicle, and found out that the vehicle like crossed the border like in November or something, and they automatically said that the driver, the terrorist guy, must have come through the border in November and come to the country. He's an illegal immigrant. And of course, that turned out to be false. The guy was born and raised in Texas. He was an Army veteran for 10 plus years, decade plus. And then he was a real estate agent for the past couple of years. And the car crossing the border back 2 months ago had absolutely nothing to do with any of this, because it could have been the owner of the car or it could have been someone else who rented the car out. But the point is, it had nothing to do with the guy who actually committed the terrorist act.
It's whatever will serve the narrative, and they don't. And yeah, like I'd imagine, I'm not sure what the analogy would be, but another network making a mistake that large about a major attack like that, and then just being like, "Oh, oops!" Like, no, not oops. You fucking tried to push a certain perspective. You clearly tried to promote or generate propaganda based off tiny bits of information that were not connected to create a narrative that was simply false.
Right. I was mostly offline for these past couple of weeks. Like, I would log in just to keep up with like the news, like what's going on in the world, but like the little small stuff. Like, I really didn't follow the maybe you could give us the breakdown of that later, David. The MAGA versus VC's feud that started on
if I can manage
X.
to find, I did a video on it 2 days ago, and if I can manage to get it out of my brain again, we'll see.
All right, we'll get to that.
I've had issues retaining information the past week, but yes.
All right. But I was bringing that up to basically say, like, so I was mostly offline, and I did know about the New Orleans attack because it was covered in like mainstream media and all over the internet, and you couldn't get away from it because it was big news. And I gotta say, I did not hear about that whole misinformation news cycle about the terrorist will cross the border and was an illegal. And I didn't hear about any of that because I didn't go to Fox News and I didn't go to Twitter or Elon Musk's X, the everything app. I literally just went to like mainstream news sites. I was, on Facebook just to see family stuff because, family members, older family members still use it. It was the holidays. And I did not see that whole misinformation cycle until after it had already been corrected. And then I saw that there's people who believe this wrong news because this wrong information, it's not news, it's wrong, because of Elon Musk's X and Fox News. And I think like that's a perfect encapsulation of what the purpose of both of those platforms and outlets are. It is to, who just did that? But it was,
I don't know, but
it is literally to misinform people. Like, that's all I see. Like, Fox News and Elon Musk's X, their purpose is not to get you the news, to keep you informed. The purpose is to spread their own right-wing agenda through any means necessary. And this is a perfect encapsulation of that. Immigration, border crossing had nothing to do with any of this. Yet they're still running with that. Mike Johnson, the Republican Speaker of the House, is bringing this up. That the border had something to do with this days after it's already been debunked because Fox News and Elon Musk's X has already planted the seed. It's just ridiculous.
I just want to say something else too. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Candace Owens made some interesting tweets, and I just want to talk about that real quick, especially since I'm Iranian as well. So she made a set of tweets and she was like, oh, I'm going to pull it up right now. But basically she was like, oh, America wants to attack Iran. Therefore, this guy, let me guess, this guy's probably Iranian, right? First of all, Shamsuddin Jabbar is not an Iranian name. And although we do have Afro-Iranians or Iranians who may look like him, it's much rarer. Like it's on the maybe like 1% or 2% of us look like what he does. And so it's not just like the immigration misinformation, which is really harmful, but it's also just like assuming someone's ethnicity just because you have the political analysis ability for the Middle East of a 2-year-old. Like, no, you can't just assume someone's Iranian because you think America wants to go to war with Iran. Like, two things can be true at once. Yeah, America could want to go to war with Iran, but that doesn't mean this guy is automatically Iranian. So I just feel like right-wing Twitter was just going crazy with all these different theories and stuff like that, and just like honestly talking out of their ass. It was really annoying.
Oh, you just reminded me about, remember Tommy Lauren? I know she sort of disappeared from the limelight, but she's still out there doing her thing. She basically used that attack to equate the ISIS flag and the Palestinian flag and say, and basically try to claim it's like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a right winger, you just happen to be coming across this show, this episode, this segment, and you're a right winger, and you don't like me or Ariana or David because we're left wing or whatever, fine. I don't give a shit. But you should do better for yourself to at least find someone who shares your views but understands the difference between different types of people and ethnic groups and cultures in the Middle East. If you truly want to understand the news and what's going on in the world, you need to understand that ISIS and even Hamas are like polar opposites in terms of their beliefs.
Yeah.
They are not on the same page.
They also hate each other. Right. Like, they're not friends.
Right. And it's also important to note that Hamas does not carry out terrorist attacks in, like, the U.S. They just don't. Like, ISIS, their goal is like a global caliphate. But Hamas just wants a free Palestine. Whether you agree with Hamas or not, right-winger who's watching this, hypothetical right-winger, they just want a free Palestine. There's a huge difference between the two groups. You need to understand that.
Well, maybe we should go on Charlie Kirk's show and agree with him on a lot of things, and then have a beer afterward, and we'll get to a closer place.
No, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
We can reach across. Binder has no idea what I'm talking about. We can reach across.
What?
I tell my YouTube like audience a lot, especially in my videos. If any political commentator tells you we're just gonna kumbaya, like we should all just sit at the table and talk about what we all agree on, like that person doesn't know anything about human history or just human history when it's involving politics, because that has never been the case. And when Cenk did that, I was like, bro, you've been in this game for way too long to say something like that, especially to someone like Charlie Kirk. But you don't know what happened, Matt?
No, what happened?
So, yeah, go ahead, David.
Well, quick summary. Cenk went on Turning Points USA conference, I guess is what it is. I feel like I'm not even joking, like every month.
I don't have a problem with that necessarily.
No, I don't either. I have no issue with that. The issue is what you do when you're there. If you watch the whole thing,
what do you do?
I would actually implore people, if you haven't seen it, go watch Kyle Klinsky's breakdown, because he watches the whole thing, and he pauses it and like comments, so you get to see his whole thing and you get to hear real criticism, like the entire. I'm sure there are other critiques as well, but I watched his, and it's a fantastic breakdown. And Kyle's coming from a perspective of someone who he's not doing endless videos about TYT. This is a rare one-off where he's actually criticizing Cenk, and for good reason, because it is
shots fired at the Vanguard.
No, I'm just saying, like, this is it. It's not like you're going in to watch drama. This is just a clinical breakdown of how poorly Cenk did here, and it's not even that he did poorly. It's that his whole strategy was just wrong, and and so essentially he went in there, and there's I wouldn't even say disagreements, but there's a couple of like points of like, oh, I don't agree with the right on this and this. Cenk mentioned how he's really anti-gun, whatever. But a lot of the discussion was like talking about how the far left is crazy. It's just like there's like that. It's like, oh, we have that in common. The far left is nuts. And it's exactly what you don't do with that kind of platform.
Well,
like he talked about how the establishment is insane and everything, but doesn't mention at any point that Donald Trump is the establishment, that the Republican Party, that Fox News is the establishment media. He doesn't mention any of that. You're talking to the right wing audience, and you don't mention any of the most important things you should mention to a right wing audience. Like, what are you doing? It's unbelievable. It's an unbelievable. So I've gone way too deep on this because I've just been so. I've watched Cenk for years and years and years. Have had a lot of respect for him. So I'm like almost mesmerized by like what he is doing because I'm trying to understand his thought process. So I've seen he was interviewed by Mark Lamont Hill, Francesca Fiorentini, both great discussions on that Charlie Kirk thing. And Cenk's strategy essentially is he wants to soften. This is what it sounds to me. He wants to soften right wingers to him so that they are more inclined to maybe agree on issues that they are more agreeable on, such as, I don't know, things like being anti-war or whatever. But but it's like, what does that accomplish without the power? Like you do, okay, you can be, I don't know, you can. I'm trying to think of an example of like where he claims there's right wing populists that agree with him or that agree with the left.
Well, yeah.
Like, what are their? Do you remember his points on that? Like, what actual policies does Cenk claim that the right agrees with the left on? That if they just talked about that more, that they'd be able to.
Oh, there was one he was talking to Mark Lamont Hill about a lot, like repetitively.
Do we want to pull this up? Is it worth
paid child care? Paid child leave.
Paid family leave.
What? Yeah.
What
So
right wing? That's a right wing ideology. I've never heard them call for that ever.
No, but this is even like so. He was he mentioned how he was on the PBD podcast and got them to put that into a poll. Like ask their audience, do you agree with paid family leave? And I think he said 70% of them said yes or something. So he's like, look, we can agree. They agree with this. Okay, now how does that happen now? What is Donald Trump going to do about that? Like, are these right wing voters now going to rescind being Republicans and register as Democrats for the next primary? But what is the actual action item here? It doesn't make any sense.
No, even all that aside, because listen, we want the left, for example, wants Medicare for all. A lot of Democrats don't. So it's not like the Democratic Party is representative of the voter base in the same way that there could be Republican voters who aren't represented by the Republican Party. The real analogy here is, why isn't there a right-wing grassroots movement for family paid leave? There isn't. There's no such thing. They don't care about it. They don't. Maybe if you pose them a question and they got to take 2 seconds to press, I agree with it or I don't agree with it, they'll agree with it. But there's no movement for it. They don't give a shit enough about it to do anything.
Because they value other things a hell of a lot more. And those things they cannot be moved on. And those things they will not find within any other party except the one they are currently with. And this it's I don't know. I'm not sure if it's because he's been sitting next to Anna for the past 6 months or whatever. Like he's just been like slowly like losing like things that he used to understand. Well, he no longer appears to understand anymore.
Well,
I never got the appeal, and I'm glad to say I always I was always there. They didn't get me into this. They did. I never had an affinity for them. I thought they were a net positive for the most part many years ago, back 10, 15 years ago. But I never really was like, in fact, I've mentioned it. There's been a number of times over the decade plus years where I've been like, this guy represents progressive media. This is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed.
Also, I mean, I watched his interview with Francesca and Mark Lamont Hill. I'm actually posting up the videos of those are going to be posted up on YouTube tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. But there's a couple of things about that really bothered me. First of all, the way he was interacting. So we all know Cenk, and we all know him when he gets angry, mad, aggravated, agitated, whatever you want to call it. And we all know how Cenk reacts because he has a very animated way of directing the conversation when he gets agitated or angry. And so when he's sitting with Charlie Kirk, he's very like nice. He's very understanding. He's very, the conversation is flowing. And even though they don't agree with a lot of things, like he's being so, nice and forgiving in the conversation. But then when he's on with Francesca, he starts blowing up left and right. Thank you. Thank you.
This is pretty much all you need to know. It's like
I heard people in the chat are telling me that he called Sam Cedar a grifter.
Oh,
yes, which I'm sorry. Once you do that, you fucking lost it. Like you've lost your fucking mind. The first hour of that show for like 20 years has been like dry policy talk with like an person they're interviewing, like some professor. Like that's a grifting. Like what the fuck are you talking about?
No,
you could say a lot of things about Sam Cedar. Failed actor, failed comedian. Honestly, a failure in almost everything. But one thing you definitely cannot say is he's a grifter. He's definitely not a grifter. He's done the same thing.
It's
just
it doesn't need to be argued.
Like why? And he's like, so he's blowing up on Francesca, right? But then there was another. I mean, I can pull up the clip if you guys want to watch it. But there's this part in his, little performance with Charlie Kirk at Turning Point where he's like, look, first of all, also he's shitting on leftists the whole entire time. He's like, leftists are this, leftists are that, Republicans, I love you guys because you guys are so nice. Like he literally said that. He's like, you guys are so nice, you guys are so welcoming. Okay, dude, whatever. But then he's like, okay, crowd, how many of you believe that trans people deserve basic human rights like housing, insurance? And literally 75% of the crowd is not happy with it. Like he did not get an average of cheers or anything like that. And he's like, see? And it's peak delusion.
But
it's really peak delusion.
Yeah, and on top of that, you could tell like Charlie Kirk's response to that was, well, housing isn't a right. So he just he completely goes around the question. And if the audience was really for it, he would go and make an excuse for it. Like he would try and cover for it in some way. He didn't do that. So he was just like, oh, housing is not a right.
Well, the thing about, they're so nice. Listen, I went to Tim Pool's compound. The people there were for the most part very nice and cordial. And I chatted with a few of them about just like, normal things. I remember Anna told this personal experience about how she has like a MAGA neighbor in her house who she didn't know he was MAGA, and he was like the nicest guy to her, and like it changed her view on Republicans or MAGA people or whatever. Listen, they're people. People can be nice. People can be all types of personalities and sociability, and they're all shapes and sizes. Of course, there's good, nice people who voted for Donald Trump. But the point is, the things they believe in politically, their ideology is not that, though. Like, you could have a MAGA neighbor who you're nice to and you guys do neighborly things for. But the point is that when it comes down to it, in terms of what you would like to see happen in the world and what they would like to see happen in the world, they butt heads. It's just what it is. Like the idea that you can't separate these two things is like, what's a normal human interaction with like what's someone's political ideology and what they believe? That's just ridiculous if you can't separate those two things.
But also, No, I lived in Louisiana for a little bit, and I can tell you that Republicans are very sweet people until you start talking to them about politics or vaccines or anything that they do not like. That's when the demon starts coming out, because they're very sweet people. They will literally open their homes to you and have that like Southern hospitality, as long as you don't bring up politics, because that's when shit starts hitting the fan. But going beyond that, so he went on this interview with Mark Lamont Hill as well, because Mark Lamont Hill wanted to give him this chance to explain himself, which I do respect, honestly. And he said something that really also made me mad again. But he was like, basically, Mark Lamont Hill said something. I'm not quoting him. This is just like the gist of the conversation. Mark Lamont Hill was basically like, you're Muslim, you're a man of color, how do you expect them to basically like accept you or see you as one of them or whatever? And he was like, oh, I will talk to them. I'll be nice to them so that they will understand and they'll see that Muslims are nice. And Mark Lamont Hill was like, oh, so you're the good Muslim. And it's one of those like I'll be damned if you see me tap dancing for some Republican so that they accept me as a Muslim, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what Chank's ideology is. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be the cool Muslim so that they see that we're all cool. No, babe. Vivek Ramaswamy tried to do the same thing, and they tore him apart over the H-1B visas. They're never gonna accept you as one of them. At the end of the day, you're a brown Muslim man. That's how they're gonna see you. It doesn't matter who you try to dance and caricature and show that you're cool. They don't care.
And even if they do, and again, to your point, even if they do like him, again, he's one of the good ones in their mind. You know what I mean? That doesn't change their worldview. It's just it's one individual that they don't mind interacting with. It's just a very bizarre a turn that he's taken since Trump won the election.
No, absolutely. It was. I mean, I don't really. So his whole entire ideology with Mark Lamont Hill was like, I want us to bridge gaps. But, Francesca made a great point, and it's like, well, it's very hard to bridge gaps between a group of people who fundamentally do not believe in human rights of another group of people. For example, like, how do you expect me to work with someone who does not believe trans people should exist, or, their pronouns are not correct, or immigrants should be sent into ICE detention centers? Like, how do you expect me to work with someone across the aisle to pass something when they don't fundamentally believe in human rights of people who are adjacent to me or look like me? Like that? No. And Cenk doesn't really understand that. And I don't think Anna understands that either.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's that they don't
understand
it, honestly. I don't think it's that they don't understand it. They're not, you don't run a channel the way they did and become the standout and also be dumb. Like, they're smart people. Like, that's one thing we need to make clear here. They're not being like led astray. They're not making a dumb mistake. They know what they're doing. Like let's give them the agency that they deserve. They are 100% aware of what's going on. So, that's the one thing you could definitely say about them.
The rest of the network isn't like that, though. That's why it's so like it's one thing if the whole network was like going like, turning into like the Daily Wire or something, but it's literally just Cenk and Anna. Like, Francesca's, she's not at the network, but she's a contributor occasionally. John hasn't changed at all. As far as I know, no one else on that channel has really changed. Like, it's just been like the two main hosts, which have really, unfortunately, it's had an impact, especially when it comes to issues of, or discussions around crime.
That's why I think like, and listen, I think that's obviously to their credit that they're not forcing their other, the other TYT people to do this. Like, for example, a right-wing network would never allow, a lefty contributor or a host on their shows. But with that said, I also don't think this is like a TYT directive. I think this is just who they are. Like, this is
really
a change. Yeah. Like, that doesn't mean they're not chasing like that right wing, spotlight and everything that comes with it. the classic right-wing grift. But I think there is legitimacy in how they are viewing these things. I think for Anna especially, she definitely has changed, and
oh, for sure.
These, I think that ties in with some things that happened to her in her life, like she's mentioned with the assault she had on her, which is horrible, and I will say that every time just to be clear, and that individual should have been apprehended if they haven't been, and full extent of the law. But like clearly other things happen with them, like their success puts them in a different income bracket. They are like that clearly has had an effect on them. I'm sorry.
In terms of Anna, I was just going to say, like, she mentioned this like 2 or 3 years ago. She started listening to more right-wing podcasts because she was curious what they were discussing and like that she was curious to their perspective, which is an honest thing to want to think and like or desire to want to get like just a larger idea of what the other side is saying. But I think in that process, she has been pulled in by it. I think that's what has happened over the past couple of years. Is she has actually been pulled in by these podcasts where she was just going in for research purposes. I don't know. That's what I see there. I don't like. I agree with Mark Lamont Hill on this stuff. Like he came to his conclusion after his interview with Cenk as well, where he doesn't think it's a grift. I don't think it's a grift.
Oh, me neither. It's not a grift.
No, they're not. They're not doing this. I mean, look at their views. I mean, it's not doing well for them. Like they've actually, according to Cenk, they've actually lost a lot of subs since.
No, that makes sense.
This turn, like it hasn't helped them financially at all, and for good reason. It's a terrible fucking idea. But they're equating this they're equating this to when they turned on Obama after Obama came in and just kind of went with the bankers, which is such a terrible lesson to learn, because so back then they lost a big chunk of their audience because they were criticizing Obama after Obama just kind of became the corporatist person he is.
Right. It's a different thing altogether.
Yeah, it's a whole different situation. Like there's a through line in principle back then. This is one where you are going against your own principles. This is why people are leaving this time. It's not because you are correct and you are staying strong on your principles. It's no, you are changing what you have been discussing and your focus. And having any, this is my issue with any discussion around, oh, I can't believe the far left believe this, whatever. It's like, there are things I see all the time where it's like, you know what, I'm not sure I agree with this or even really understand it, but it's not, these people don't have power. I don't need to put energy into something that could be perceived as whatever, the far left, that I may not agree with, because who cares? It's not important. It's not like what is vital in society right now. It is not the biggest threat to our lives. But they put, from what I have seen, at least from Cenk, he puts more anger towards what he claims or what he states is the far left or the max left. He puts more anger towards them than he does when discussing with actually the great example, Ben Glebe, who is a Zionist, who has been regularly on the Young Turks, is insane. Cenk has more. He is nicer to Ben Glebe than he was to Francesca Fiorentini in their discussion.
Yeah,
like, that is crazy to me.
Yeah.
So he's more willing to be kind to right wingers than he is to the left. And that is wild, because one is actually on your side, even if you don't agree with whatever thing you don't agree with. They're actually on your side, while the other is actively fighting against you and actively fighting against human rights.
I will say, though, I just want to say this one thing. So, yes, I do think they've lost money, and this isn't obviously making them like making them a lot of money right now because they're losing a lot of subscribers. But I do think in the long run, it does have potential for them to make a lot more money than they currently make or they made before all of their takes changed or whatever. And that's only because, so for example, I think Polymarket Studios is a great example of that, where like there, if you're a true progressive network, I don't think you would take Polymarket, you would name your studio after a crypto gambling thing.
That is still that to me is I just
it's just not something you would do, right? Like
yeah.
it's not something you would do. But also, like, I think, and I'm saying this as a content creator because I get reached out to by nonprofits all the time. I mean, I understand that YouTube and Twitch are my smaller platforms, but like on Instagram and TikTok, I get reached out to a lot. And those people who are center dem actually get paid a lot more, and they get a lot more opportunities when it comes to paid partnerships because, for example, the White House is more inclined to invite you. You're more inclined to have more government relations and be able to interview, higher ranking federal politicians and etc. because they let you in the door. But also you can help, for example, Kamala Harris win, or you can help
yeah, but that's not what Cenk and Ann are doing at all. They fucking hate the Democratic Party.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, when you go center or more like right leaning, there's more opportunity for partnerships there than there is on the left progressive side. That's what I'm trying to say. So I feel like
I think it depends.
It can make them a lot of money, but not.
I mean, when you're open to sponsorships, obviously that's beneficial, regardless to what they're doing.
Yeah.
They'll just, there's no line apparently. If you're gonna take Polymarket, there's not many lines that you have. So if you're open to that, then sure. But if you're also losing your audience and your audience is shrinking, then there's less of a reason for a sponsor to want you, or at least there's less ability for you to make demands in a request for a sponsorship than you would if you had a larger audience and higher viewerships.
Yeah, I just think in the long run, like after a couple of years when they like find their ground with their viewers or whatever.
I predict at some point Cenk's going to realize he made a huge mistake and reverse course because this is a stupid idea. And,
really?
But at the same time, he'll probably blame the rest of us for not hopping on board his fantastic idea for the reason why he had to change, not because it's a stupid ass idea. That's what I see happening. It would have worked if only the rest of the left also came on Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA conference and talked with the right wing.
I'll go on Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA conference.
Again, nothing's wrong with that. How you use that platform.
I'll be happy to go on it, and I'd have a nice conversation. I wouldn't go on there and like just be a dick or like pull some sort of like prank bullshit. I would have a legitimate conversation with Charlie Kirk. Absolutely, invite me and I'll do it. Absolutely. But the problem is, if you just want like someone who's not going to push back, then I'm not your guy. So maybe that's the problem.
Y'all have fun. I will stay at home and react to the video when it comes out. But I don't think on a stage with Charlie Kirk.
No, but I also don't think anyone should feel like because Cenk says that's the way to win, anyone should feel the prerogative to do it. If you don't want to do it, or you feel you don't want to do it, or you have like some like real like you're against doing that because that's what you believe, I think that's completely legitimate too. Like the idea that like there can be a conflicting views on this. Like apparently you say that Cenk has, where everyone should be up for this and doing this. Like I would completely be ready for the idea that someone be pissed at me for going on stage with Charlie Kirk. Absolutely. That comes with the territory. But that's what I believe. Like the same reason people always tell me like, why are you still on Twitter? Well, because I believe it's a platform that I should use to my advantage for as much as I can. Me not being on Twitter changes nothing. If you don't believe that and you feel like you can't be on there, then I absolutely understand and you shouldn't be on there. Like there's room for disagreements.
One of the last thing here worth discussing from that Charlie Kirk discussion that he said that I find so fascinating is that he claims that if you disagree with the left 5%, they kick you out, but the right is so welcoming.
Yeah, he said that.
Liz Cheney voted with Trump, like 97% of the time? They fucking hate her because she doesn't like Trump. These people, it's all about, it's a cult. It's all about Trump. If you criticize Trump, which may go to why Cenk didn't mention at any point during that discussion that Donald Trump is the establishment, that Donald Trump is not your friend. Donald Trump is not going to, be the savior for the working class that he claims he is. Like, and this is a
good segue here, actually, into because this is a perfect setup. the thing that really was amazing to me about the jumping off of what you said here about the Elon Musk and his right wing VC friends versus the hard right MAGA folks. The thing that was amazing about that was that both sides claimed to be representing Donald Trump's vision. Like, even when they had conflicting views and were fighting like tooth and nail.
Because there's no fucking vision. There's no fucking vision. The vision is the man, the head.
Right, exactly, exactly. They both were swearing up and down that they were representing Trump. Now, it turns out that the hard right MAGA folks were representing the Trump of old, and the Trump of new now agrees with Elon Musk and his right-wing VC buddies, because that's where the money is. Sorry, Groypers, guys don't got the cash. And when it comes down to it, that's all these motherfuckers care about, that cold, hard cash, baby. Got to learn the hard way, I guess. But even then, they don't learn. Even then, they don't learn, because they'll still support the guy. But yeah, so tell David, if you could recall, because I just know the basics, as you can see. What happened? Was this really just all about the H1B visas?
H1B visas.
Yeah.
So I think I have a good summary of it. I'm sure there's many details that I'll miss or didn't fully read up on. But yeah, essentially, so H1B visas, these are visas that companies can apply for to bring in workers from overseas. Some high skilled, some not high skilled, but essentially the point is to fill positions that they cannot find the labor for within the country. So a lot of companies, a lot of tech companies utilize them. I know Amazon does. Staffing agencies utilize them as well. So this is something that Elon Musk, he came in on an H-1B visa. He is very pro H-1B visa.
No, actually, I think Musk came in on a student visa, and he lied about being a student.
Okay, I think he tweeted out that he came in on an H-1B, so I'm not sure. Maybe he lied about that then.
Oh, yeah, if that's what he said, then you're accurate, but also I believe he's lying.
Okay.
I believe the classic story is that he and his brother claimed to be coming here to go to school. They came here and did not go to school and started their businesses.
Their visas also expired at some point, and they were here illegally.
His brother actually mentioned it on stage years ago, and Musk shut him up on stage.
Yeah, there's a clip of that. Yeah, I saw that clip.
Yeah.
But yeah, so these are Elon Musk is very pro this. Vivek Ramaswamy very pro H-1B visas. There was a bunch of tweets, like I forget what, I don't know, it was like Christmas Day or something. So I wasn't following it at the time because I'm not like, wasting my life on Twitter on Christmas. But there was a lot of anger from the MAGA base about the fact that Elon and Vivek are very pro H-1B because it is immigration. You are bringing people in from other countries into America, and how dare you, soil the blood of the nation with these H-1B visas. So on the other side of Elon and Vivek, you have people like, Stephen Miller, Stephen Bannon, who are, of course, just straight up anti-immigration, regardless of the situation.
Laura Loomer was really big.
Yeah, and like, to be clear, that there are accurate worker criticisms, or I should say, like, labor criticisms of H-1B visas. When you're on them, you're essentially an indentured servitude or indentured servant to your employer. If your employer lays you off, you have to leave the country. I think you have a 60-day grace period where you can find another company to take on the H-1B visa if they want to apply for it. But you're essentially there to work for the company. Like that. Right. That's why the companies love it. They don't have to worry about you at all. Like there's no. They get to bring you in, and you are. And because of
there.
this,
right?
Yeah, and because of the situation that you're in, I think in their mind they're thinking, well, this employer or this employee is going to work for me even harder because they know they're only here because of me. And if they fuck
usually
up,
pay them less. By the way, we should add they usually pay them even the high-paying engineer jobs when they bring people in on the H-1B visas, they still pay them less than they would pay a U.S. citizen that they would hire for that role.
Yeah, there was an Economic Policy Institute study on that I brought up during my video.
I just want to say something really quick as well. When Elon Musk took over Twitter or X or whatever, he actually fired a lot of the people that weren't on worker visas, and he kept a lot of the people that were on worker visas and had them do the work of 2 to 3 people because he knew that they were like you said, indentured servitude to that, visa, the H-1B, they couldn't leave the job. And so a lot of Twitter and or X is actually, working through people who are here with H-1B visas, but also there's this stereotype about how a lot of Indians have come from India to America on H-1B visas. So a lot of that conversation was also circumferencing a lot of racism towards Indians as well, and how America is basically like allowing so many Indians to come in through the H-1B visa. And then obviously people like Laura Loomer jumped into, who are very Islamophobic and just anti-brown in general. So the whole conversation was pretty insufferable, but Donald Trump also came out in support of H-1B. Elon Musk came out in support of H-1B. Vivek Ramaswamy came out in support of H-1B. And so a lot of Republicans were really mad because they were basically like, this is not what we signed up for. You said you were anti-immigration. That means H-1B too. And essentially that's not the vibe that, all of these people who are going to be in high ranking government were giving. So it was interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty much the fight. I mean, there's a lot of drama around like tweets and stuff. I know Vivek had a tweet. I'm not sure if it's still up, but he was essentially going after like Americana, like talking about. He was bringing up like 90s sitcoms and stuff, and just like really talking a lot of shit about people who don't just sit at home and study all day. Like it was just like this is very elitist of him to do. Like this is a very like what the Republican Party is trying not to be. He's being like very elitist.
He missed a real opportunity to be like, to start off that tweet. I did see that tweet and I was like, oh my God. But he missed a real opportunity to start off that tweet with, whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, the evening TV. You missed your old familiar friends.
Is that tweet still up? Because I want to see if I could read it.
Everywhere you look. Ariana, do you know what I'm referring to as the resident Gen Z?
I know the song. Like I've heard of it. It's an old song though. No?
It's the Full House theme.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Here, I found the reason. I don't know. Should I read through all this? How long is this thing? Let me remind myself.
It's very long.
I'm not reading all this.
Dissertation.
Like, I guess we can just start with the beginning. The reason top tech companies often hire foreign-born and first-generation engineers over Native Americans isn't because of an innate American IQ deficit, a lazy and wrong explanation. A key part of it comes down to the C word, culture. Tough questions demand tough answers. And if we're really serious about fixing the problem.
We gotta correct here. The real key part of it comes down to the C word, correction. Let's issue a correction. The reason tech companies often hire foreign-born and first-generation engineers, aside from the fact that sometimes they do hire someone for a specialty position that they're actually, are being hired for their actual talent. But aside from that, the reason they hire is because what we just talked about. They feel like these people are stuck with the company. They can't leave for greener pastures because if they don't have their job, then they have to leave the company. Then they have to leave the country, excuse me. And then B, they could pay them a hell of a lot less.
Yeah. And then he just, the culture that celebrates a prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. A culture that venerates
Which I gotta
Corey
say
from
I guess I didn't remember this because it was like Christmas when this was happening, right? And I wasn't gonna I could not believe they were fighting.
Yeah, that's what I was
Christmas.
saying.
Like the people
what is the
who
date on
talk
this?
about the people who talk about how you
Day
should
after
have
Christmas. I'm not doing that.
the people who talk about how you should have tons of kids and it's all about family. What did they do for their fucking Christmas? They spent it fighting on the internet.
Yeah,
like it's unbelievable.
Insane.
Like it's what I spent this dirty leftist. I spent it with my 2 kids. That's what I did for this whole. We did so much holiday stuff. It's unbelievable. But it's funny that he said that. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. And then immediately goes into like cliche sitcoms or American sitcoms. What he just said is like the most cliche sitcom thing in the world.
Yeah, very much. But yeah, I'm not gonna realize it just goes on. It's just so clearly people did not like that. But there was a lot of those kinds of tweets and just a lot of anger from MAGA over.
It's It's one of those things where it's like they were all okay when everyone else was seeing racism, but then when they saw, you know, the H-1B visas getting a lot of hate, something that a lot of, you know, people like Vivek Ramaswamy probably used or do use right now, they all got up in arms and they got so offended. And it's like, babes, did you think they were going to keep you out of their racism? Like, I understand you're a model minority, but you're a minority. They don't care. So the whole thing was pretty embarrassing for them, in my opinion. That's just me, though.
It's just surprising that, it's surprising that they're surprised. Like, they didn't realize what the base is. They didn't, like, yes, you know, these guys are pro-business. I don't think they even care about the racism aspect of any of this. Like, they're clearly pro-business, but they're not at least aware of the racism. Like, obviously, they're also racist in their own way. Like, they're not aware of it.
I mean, to be clear, I fully support the H-1B visa program. I think people who want to come to this country, first of all, I support it in the sense that it is a way for people to immigrate to this country. I don't think they should need to honestly tie their talents or their working credentials with having to come to this country. I think anyone who wants to come here should be able to come here. Period. So I don't think you need to show your worth to a company or to, you know, that you're hireable. I don't think it's necessary. I really don't. So in a sense that it is a way for people to come here, I support it. In the sense that it requires people to tie their ability to come here to their employer, I don't support it.
Yeah, that's it on that topic. Nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, it's complicated, but it's just interesting how they all started kind of imploding at each other because they were so offended that now they're getting the racism. And it's like, well, yeah, Vivek, you were going to get the racism at some point. You know what I mean? I don't know why he thought he was shielded from it.
And is this, so I'm having to follow the details on the person inside of the Cybertruck too closely, but it sounds like that may be tied somehow to this because that guy sounds like he was a Trump supporter.
So that's actually pretty crazy. So just like how Matt said, they were both at the same military base and they were both military men. And yeah, he was a hardcore Trump supporter. He voted for Trump. It also seems like he was trying to recruit people to go fight for Ukraine as well. And he also died in the car explosion. So
the
whole thing's very bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
Also, pretty shitty of him to do it as I'm about to go to Vegas for CES. So
oh yeah, that's starting very soon.
Yeah, I'll be
next week.
I'll be back for next Thursday's show, so I'm not missing any Leftist Mafia. But I will be there for the beginning of next week, and I don't know if I'll be able to stream from there. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if I can do it, but not for Leftist Mafia. I'll be home for that. But but definitely follow me on social media. I'll be posting stuff. It'll be a good time. It'll be fun.
What are the new tech that you're expecting this year? Like, what's the big buzz around CES?
So it's going to be a lot of AI stuff, which shouldn't be a shock. Going to be a lot of AI wearable stuff.
Okay.
For me personally, I'm looking forward to seeing. LG usually brings some crazy ass TV. It's not something that's going to be in your house anytime soon. But last year they had like a giant 4K transparent television. And this year, it seems like they're bringing a bendable TV or a bendable monitor, one or two of them, like one or the other or both is what I mean. Bendable screen seem to be the big thing. For
I saw that there was one like a monitor that I think is not just like concept, but it's going to come to market where it's like it's a bendable
it's like
or curved monitor that also goes flat.
It's like an 8K monitor, yes, which means there's nothing you have out there that will that it matters what you like, unless you're, I guess, shooting raw like film footage. nothing will. You'll never use the full capabilities of this monitor anytime soon.
No, I've thought about going to 4K at some point, but editing 4K is so annoying. At least
also,
it's slower. There's no reason for it, and nobody cares.
Also,
So-
the vast majority of people will notice no difference because
No.
their monitor or television will not show any difference.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like unless you do videos about cameras and about televisions, or maybe about video games, there's no reason at all to do 4K.
I mean, unless you're shooting like a movie to be projected on a screen, you don't have to
Mhm.
worry about this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
What else though? There should be some other goods. There's going to be a new HDMI cable is going to be announced, which is supposed to carry more data. That's going to be a big thing because the HDMI
Another one, 2.1 is just finally becoming standard.
It now HDMI 2.2 is going to be announced. Yeah.
You guys are getting way into tech. And I'm gonna sit here and watch you guys
I'm a tech
do it.
reporter, so
Anybody else in the chat that resonates, I feel you, because I don't know what the fuck they're talking about right now. I'm just kidding.
yeah. This isn't a super chat, but this is relevant. The anti-corporatist asked me, did I end up getting my M4 Mac Mini? Yes, I did. I've been streaming on it for about a month and a half now, which I guess because of the holidays, really, you've only seen me stream on it for a few weeks. Definitely feels different. It's definitely smoother, and I could do a lot more. So yes, I did end up getting my M4 Mac Mini. And they're really cheap. It's incredible that Apple, which is known for being like really expensive, put out like the most powerful cheap computer.
It's because the display. I mean, they must put a lot of money into like displays in terms of like the MacBooks and iMacs. That when there is no display, things just seem so much cheaper.
Yes. I mean, that's basically the case, right? Like, the Mac Mini is like what, $500, $600 for the base model, and like the base model MacBook Pro is like $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. Like, it's a big jump.
I'm going to jump off though. I promised these guys 30 minutes, and it's been an hour 43. So
wow.
Oh, wait,
I'm glad that you stuck around.
No, more like an hour and 10 minutes, whatever.
So proud of you, David.
No, thank you.
No, it was
but
great.
I do want to run through my super chats, the few that I have here before I.
Oh, please do, and don't forget to do the new thing we discovered. Unmark them in the.
That's right. You could hit the
chat
star and they
thing.
go away. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Lawn Gnomes, $10 super chat. Thank you for being so generous. Says haters gonna hate, idiot's gonna idiot, bigot's gonna bigot, but mass surveillance contractors will claim they could have stopped it if they have access to everyone's everything and $100 and $100 trillion. Yes, you got it. Kowalski, thank you for your generous super chat. Welcome back and Happy New Year. I went down to the river, to the woods, and made a blood oath on the altar to Thor, a process that has been set in motion and cannot be stopped. Victory by spring 2027. Sounds like a better plan than Jenks. Thank you. Otaku Dragon says, at the exact time Jen criticized leftists for calling right-wing Nazis, TPUSA played ads featuring the number 1488, a white supremacist / Nazi symbol.
Oh yeah, that's the My Pillow ad. They run ads where there's a sale on their products for $14.88, which is a very random number to sell something for. And I would like to add that it's very interesting that I've come across these same ads like on Facebook and stuff, and in those ads, the marketed price is $14.98. So they 100% know what they're doing. They're altering the ad for mainstream platforms so they don't get in trouble or, get any bad rap from a mainstream audience. But they're airing the $14.88 ads specifically to on like right-wing platforms and events. Like, you don't do that by accident.
They know exactly who their audience is. Where is... I lost my place. Here we go. So that one goes away.
One of the negatives of removing it from the the back.
Yeah, because now I'm like, where the hell am I? Lawn Gnomes. Here you are. Speaking of questionable sponsors, thoughts on the quote Honey Steals affiliate links scandal?
I saw
don't
that
know
video.
anything about this.
I saw that video and I was so fucking mad at myself for how viral it went. Because I have known that Honey is doing that for like years. And all those cashback platforms do that for years. I thought it was just common knowledge that when you have those cashback or coupon things like added to your Chrome as a Chrome extension or whatever, I thought it was common knowledge that you're using their affiliate link. That's where the cashback money comes from. They're basically giving you a kickback of the affiliate money they make. I thought that was like a known thing.
I never even thought about that.
The fact that people did not know this is baffling. That I need to just start fucking assuming that I know too much and I gotta make a video about everything.
Most tech reporters probably do know too much, or assume they know too much.
No one ever thought where does like Rakuten and Honey, where do they get the money to pay you for just
It's a company.
they
do company shit. They got deals behind the scenes and stuff. That's what they do.
No, they just fucking they stuff their affiliate link in there. If you have multiple of those extensions added to your Chrome or whatever web browser, they like fight over like which one is going to offer you the coupons. And if you activate one and then activate another, the one you deactivated when activating the second one will tell you, oh, you're no longer activated with us. We can't give you the cash back anymore because you're not using their affiliate link anymore. I really thought this was common knowledge, and the fact that it went super viral and it's
I didn't even know this went viral. I didn't hear anything about this.
Yeah, I feel so stupid for not covering it.
Bay Photo, thank you for your generous super chat. Jank and Charlie went from threatening to fight each other to shaking hands and sharing beers. Crazy how things change. Yeah, I almost forgot that happened, where Charlie Kirk was on stage being like, I live like a capitalist every day, Jank. It was bizarre times. Cyborg Manifesto, thank you for your very generous $20 super chat. Much appreciated. Donna Monroe, when I find you, I will read your chat. Thank you for your generous super chat. What are your thoughts about a potential end flood of immigration grants from the U.S. to Canada's? I don't know what an end flood. Are there typos here? I don't know. I'm seeing lots of typos. What? I assume that just like potential flood of immigrants is what I'm reading from this. I don't know if U.S. immigrants are going to be, or Americans are going to be flooding in from the U.S. to Canada. I don't know. I don't.
I think it means like the potential inflood, like inflood coming in.
Yeah. I haven't thought about it because I don't care. I guess if that happens, I don't care. Like Canada's immigration system isn't like you could just walk in here, like, you know, we got it's a tough system to crack as well. So
David's gonna be out there going, they took my job, or they took our jobs, they took our jobs,
And actually the way that Trudeau has been starting the conversation around it, he recently said that they took too many people in. So he's changing his tune around immigration as well.
Oh,
so
Trudeau is pulling a Harris.
They're getting a little yes.
So
he saw that losing campaign and thought, you know what? I'm also going to move right to lose too. It's working out well for him.
Right?
Everybody's so creative.
It's done for him, right? It's over.
You'd think seeing someone lose that with that strategy would, you know, make you.
Oh, Trudeau's not going to win again. There's no way.
Oh no, he would lose regardless. Lawn gnomes. What the hell? I don't even see it on the screen. It would be.
I gotta say, while you look for this, I just want to say, David, you should have COVID more often, because I gotta say, you COVID David has stuck around longer than healthy David usually does.
That's 950. You kidding me? This is.
You're reading all your super chats. It's amazing.
Well, I think part of it is I felt so shitty yesterday that feeling like mostly better today. I'm not like completely better, but mostly better today is it. I feel like a different person because I was so fatigued yesterday. It was insane. And again, I'm not even sure if I had COVID. I've never felt that much fatigue in my life.
There is a refreshing feeling about that, like one day where you're like feeling much better than you were after you're like getting over an illness. Yes,
Yeah,
for sure.
And what's annoying is like there were a couple days where like, oh, I feel better. I'm getting better. And it was like in the morning, I'll wake up like, oh, I feel better today. And that's like, no. Throughout the day, you just get much worse. So these chats are not showing up for some reason in the start section anymore. I will just read them off of my screen. I don't know why they're not showing there. Law Gnome says, babies born this year kick off Generation Beta. Any other naming ideas to remedy the inevitable bullying over unfortunate designation? I have no naming ideas. I find the whole generation naming just kind of bizarre in general. Our desire as people to like have to categorize everything and everyone and everybody, to me is always very weird. And maybe we should do less of that and we get along more. But
no.
Adele Stan says, when are you retiring? Not anytime soon. I wish I could retire tomorrow. Kyle G says, can we talk about Boots Riley instead of Apple products and coupons, please? Sure, Kyle. Donna Monroe says, sorry about the typo, more like Trump's dumping people at our border. And Larry R says, Ethan Klein has been teasing a content nuke. I don't care what Ethan Klein is.
What does that mean, though?
In brackets, a long form, high effort takedown video on Hassan. How do you think will be received? Like the past 6 months of his mental breakdown has been received. Completely absurd. Like, it's been very sad to watch. To be fair, I haven't watched it, but whatever clips and images I've seen of Ethan Klein lose his shit over what appears to be absolutely nothing. I have a hard time believing that anyone's going to care about the latest drop, but there you go. All right. I gotta get off. See you all next week. Goodbye.
All right, David, take care. Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
That was nice. I'm glad he joined us because we were talking about. See, I wanted to do a stream the day after Christmas, and no one else wanted to except Ariana, but she couldn't do it that day. She wanted to do one too.
Yeah.
And we were trying to like figure out what day, and we just kept like the one day she could do it, I wasn't available. And then like the 3 days I was available, Ariana was not available. So like we were just going to do just me and Ariana tonight on the stream. And then David, like an hour or two before saying we went live, which was after he had said he wasn't joining us tonight. He was like, you know what? I'm coming on for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And here he was over, what was it? An hour and a half. He stuck around.
Yeah, it was fun. I liked it. It was a productive conversation.
Yep. So I guess, being that he read the super chats, we should just read our super chats and then, we'll wrap things up just a little bit early because, we don't have the other 3 people here tonight. So we talked about everything I think we wanted to talk about. We talked about the horrible stuff that started this year. We talked about catching me up with the X scandals, Elon Musk X scandals regarding H-1B visas and the MAGA people. We talked about TYT, which is becoming a regular thing on this show. Ariana, was there anything you wanted to talk about that we didn't touch upon before we read the rest of the super chats?
No, I think we touched upon everything, to be honest. And I think we talked about everything. It was a crazy first day of the year, and we covered a lot of it. So
yes, yeah, it's good to be back. Actually, I'm feeling refreshed. I got to get back into like the social media swing of things. I haven't been posting much online. I got to get back into it. I gotta get back into it. I'm just not feeling that yet. But this helps. All right, do you have any super chats, Ariana?
I do. I have a couple.
All right, go ahead. Why don't you do that?
All right. Well, I can't bring them on the screen, but I have them on my iPad.
All right, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Where I've been talking to all of my people. Also, guys, thank you so much for the super chats and Twitch. I know we had a hype train for a little bit. You guys are helping me pay my video editor, so it means a ton when you guys send me money. It goes straight to my video editor.
I just saw you added your YouTube, and I didn't notice you added your YouTube video to. So your chat should be here for me to bring up on the screen. Who's first up? Let me see if I can find them.
Looney Tunes is the first one, but Looney Tunes didn't say anything, so I just wanted to thank them.
All All right, when you get to your first one with the actual content, I should be able to find it.
Okay, no worries. Looney Tunes, my trusty moderator. I see you doing all the work in my chat. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for the $2. For the win all day. Welcome to the Mafia. Let's go. Okay, perfect. We're on the second one now. There we go. Welcome to the Mafia. Let's go. Thank you so much. I saw all of your chats throughout the stream, and I really appreciate it. Kowalski, my donation totals are going to decline this year. I'm building a political war chest. No Hail Mary this time. An incumbent has no idea what's coming. Thank you so much for the generous $5. I appreciate it. Good luck with that, because it's about to be a year. Marco Ramirez, thank you so much for the $2. You were supporting the stream all the way. Thank you so much. And then Marco Ramirez sent another $2. Every little bit helps, you guys. I agree. Thank you. Even a couple dollars goes a long way. For the win all day, another $5. Hit that like button, chat. Raptor Squad, Squirrel Gang, Sam Seer Army, Vanguard Hooligans, Weasel Crew, Leftist Mafia Goons. Let's go. Honestly, I love the creativity of that. That's so cute.
I want to be the hooligans though. I don't. Vanguard shouldn't get the word hooligan. I like that word. I've always liked that word. Hooligan.
Yeah, Leftist Mafia Hooligans. I like it. Has a ring to it. Marco Ramirez, thank you so much for the $1 for the win all day. Thank you so much for the $2. Cyborg Manifesto. I think you're the trans sugar daddy, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was you that sent all of us $50. So thank you so much. Sugar daddy of the chat came out in full force again. Marco Ramirez, thank you so much for the $1 for the win all day. Thank you so much for the $2. Again, I really appreciate you. Looney Tunes, another chunk of Lance's dono money. Here you go, period. All of Lance and Mike's money, you guys can just send it right to me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even show up today. I mean,
yeah, like what the hell? I'm scared.
Anyone who didn't give I could not believe that the vast majority of people were watching on Mike's The Humanist Report channel. Mike isn't even here.
Oh, wait, that's crazy. Wait, I didn't even know he's streaming on his channel. What?
Oh, everyone who's connected their YouTube channel streams when we go live. So if you're not here, we could still stream it to your channel if you're not here.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I don't get it. Why would you? I get. Listen, I get if you're a Mike. I'm not trying to knock you. I forget if you're a Mike fan and when he's on the show, you prefer watching it through his channel. I get that. But if he's not here, why not go to David's channel or my channel or Ariana's channel? That makes the most sense, right?
What the hell, guys?
I digress.
We're trying to grow here. Okay, missing features. Thank you so much for the $2. That E-flat guy just wanted to show support. Keep up the great content. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the generous $5. It really means a lot. Thank you so much. Blue X, $2. Happy New Year. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. That was the last of the super chats. I'm gonna try to go in. Spud Monkey sent five subscription gifts into the chat. And so, oh my God, it's socialism or barbarism also gifted another 5 subs. And I know there were some other people in the chat that also subscribed as well, but I'm sorry, I'm on my iPad. I can't open up my stream monitor the way that I usually do. So, but thank you so much to everyone that donated. I really appreciate it. Like I said, all the money goes straight to my video editor. So I really appreciate it. You guys are helping me sustain the YouTube channel.
Yep. And just to let you know, all the money you guys send to me goes straight to me. All right, let's go to the super chats here. Oh, I pressed the wrong thing. Oh my God, my mouse is acting up. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. Donald James with a super chat, a membership super chat, member for 17 months. Thank you, Donald. Binder is a workhorse. He's the foreman. Thank you, I appreciate that. Bay Photo with a super chat. Happy New Year, 1/2 Mafia. That's right. It was half of us today. 3 out of 6 ain't bad, right?
Yeah.
We tried our best, folks. I wanted everyone. I thought the gang was getting back together today, but
I know, me too. I thought everyone was going to be back, but
Mike said he needed the rest of the week. Lance was MIA. Didn't even hear from him, and Rebecca is the one who had a good excuse. She's let me get her exact.
She's celebrating Haitian Independence Day, no?
Yeah, but I want to see exactly. Happy New Year. I'll be on next week celebrating Haitian independence with the family. See that's a legitimate reason to miss Leftist Mafia. Mike, no. Lance, I don't know. Maybe he did have a legit reason. We'll find out. Wanda with a super chat. Happy New Year, says Wanda. Thank you so much, Wanda. Happy New Year to you as well. Let's see. We got Old Man House Phone with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Old Man House Phone. I know New York expensive. Love yous. Keep on keeping on. More scam economy? I've been watching / listening to the LOL Cow live universe. It's tragic. For a second, I thought you were doing like your best caveman impression up top. I know New York expensive. But thank you. It is expensive. Scam economy will be coming back. I've had more people ask me about scam economy than anything else. More than Doomed even, which tells me everything I need to know. Scam economy is the one that I need to get back ASAP. I never intended on stopping it. And I never intended on canceling it. I never did. I just took a break, and then unfortunately just things happened and I didn't get a chance to get new stuff up. Absolutely, with crypto once again rising up, especially with the Trump administration and its connections with the Trump administration, scam economy is 100% coming back. Stay tuned, I promise. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Looney Tunes 9,000 with a super chat. And of course, Senator Foghorn Leghorn has no manners whatsoever when he took the podium yesterday, bumping into the female rep from the FBI. I don't know what you're talking about, actually. Who's Senator Foghorn Leghorn? Is that Kennedy? Senator Kennedy from Louisiana that you're talking about? Probably, right? He would be there. Right. John Kennedy, right?
Oh my God, this whole Louisiana thing is really going to expose how brain rotted Louisiana politicians are. I personally think some of the worst politicians in America reside in Louisiana.
Charlie DeGenerer with a membership super chat, member for 17 months. Thank you, Charlie. The idea that the right is anti-war is ludicrous. Ask Charlie Kirk about Gaza, Jenk, or you're going to turn on them too. Great point, Charlie. Yes. Doug Greer with a $5 super chat. Jenk has always completely swallowed the right-wing deficit hysteria. 10 years ago, Professor Kelton included Jenk in her critique. I need to see that. I not surprising, but I don't know exactly what you're referring to. Was that one for me? I don't see it over here. Maybe it was for someone else, but I read it. I didn't hear anyone else read it. Rick's Americana with a super chat. Matt, you need to speak to what would Michael Brooks say to Anna today. You were the one to pose this question. I appreciate you asking me and mentioning that, you think I'm closest to what Michael would have said because I was close to Michael. I don't like doing that though, because I have a good because you're correct. I have a good feeling of what he would not so much say, but I know where he would stand and what his basic critique would be. But I don't feel comfortable doing that because you never know. Michael was a human being who had evolving views too, and I don't think he would be standing with her. But I can't say I would know exactly what he would say. I don't know exactly how he would handle it and how he would approach it. Yeah. He definitely, would not have changed ideologies, though. He would be the same Michael with, an evolving way of approaching things. to give you an example of this, like a lot of people always quote his "be kind to people and ruthless to systems" quote. And I've said, like, you know, I agree with that for the most part, but he wasn't talking about, like, because a lot of people mistake it for, like, being kind to everybody. Listen, Michael shit all over people like Dave Rubin all the time. He wasn't talking about the Dave Rubins of the world and those types in the be kind to people and ruthless to systems thing. You know, Michael Brooks wasn't advocating for you to be nice to Jimmy Dore. So yeah. Let's go to Archangel with the super chat. $20 super chat. Thank you, Archangel. Matt, thanks for discussing this. The TYT shift really saddens me since I've watched them for so long. Jenk railing against Franny made me feel sad as she is so good. Franny is awesome and didn't deserve Jenk's harsh words. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it fully. I think I might have, you know, come across like like a small clip of it, and where he's just like yelling at her, but I didn't see a lot of it. Like, I had no idea he called Sam Cedar a grifter. But yeah, I mean, it seems like she handled it well, and he came off really bad from what you guys have all told me. I haven't seen the clip yet. Well, no, I did see, like I said, a small clip of him just like yelling, but I didn't know the context. Tropical Ding Dong with a $5 super chat. Matt, please do a Mickey Mouse impression of a crime-fighting superhero with the name Max Left. It's my birthday. Oh boy. Let me get into the Mickey Mouse. I don't know if I could do the. It's very random when I could do it. And then sometimes I go off into the old gag that me and Michael Brooks used to do, like the Mickey Mouse Michael Bloomberg thing. So sometimes I go off the rails with my Mickey Mouse. Let me get. Oh boy. All right, let me see. I think I got it. All right. Crime fighting superhero with the name Max Left. It's me, Max Left. Taking on all the criminals in New York City. I don't know. I can't think right now. It's late.
See what you guys can make him do for $5. This is amazing.
This is, you know, I don't know if I could come up with the content right now. Let me try to let me see if I can come back to this. I'll think about it while I'm reading other super chats. Oh boy, see, I'm already losing the voice. I always got to start with the classic Mickey Mouse, like, oh boy.
Yeah, again,
Pluto. Philip Schwartz with a $2 super chat. Right-wing populism is always fake. Always. Right. Kowalski with a super chat. In 2025, I'm going to stop taking responsibility for my failures, learn astrology, and blame planets for my deeds. This is legal advice, Matt. Probably. Yeah. FTW all day with the super chat is not for me, but I'll read it anyway. Goals. This might have been for you, and I just missed it. Cyborg Manifesto with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Cyborg. Really appreciate the support. Let's see. Still alive? Is this one for me? No, this is not, but I'll read it anyway. Still alive says it's the classic. They didn't come after me, so I don't care. And then they came after them thing. I guess we may never learn. 10 Lawn Gnomes. Okay. You did read this, or David did read this.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. The When Are You Retiring?
Oh, so David didn't see these ones. That sucks. Okay. This one's for me. Anti-corporatist membership for 9 months with a membership super chat. Legal Eagle just posted that he is suing Honey. Wow. All right. I guess I should have covered this long ago. I really just thought it was common knowledge. It seems like a basic thing. Those cashback coupon platforms, they give you cash back by giving you a percentage of their affiliate revenue. I thought, and they get that affiliate revenue by when you
Is that
activate
illegal?
No, it's not, because you're. I guess maybe he could claim that Honey wasn't being as upfront about it. They weren't disclosing it, but this is a PayPal owned platform. I'm sure it's probably in the terms of service, and they're going to argue that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I really thought this was common knowledge. I apologize for not becoming famous for covering this long ago. Fuck.
Better late than never.
Well, everyone else is already on it. Damn. Is this another one that I think David read this one too?
I think so.
David read. I don't know why he couldn't see these on his end. So let me just remove these. I don't know if he read this one. Autistic Goblin with a super chat. This year's baby should be called Jen Bravo. This one's for me. Chris, aka Cult of Personality Birch with a super chat. Matt Binder stole my left sock. True leftist. I don't get it at all.
You stole a sock. Just admit it.
All right. I did. I stole your sock. This one not for me either. Kodachrome Railroad Videos with a super chat. I have a feeling we're going to collapse like the Soviet Union in the next 2 years. I don't know. Who knows? Adele Stan with a super chat for me. You are all the max left. And hold on, I got a few more, but this one is not for me. Sarah22 with a super chat to somebody. Thank you, Sarah. Mark Right-handed Smith.
Oh, that was for me, I think.
Oh, honestly, I only ever knew of the Municipal Support. Okay. Super Platono Man with a super chat for me. Brianna Wu has got to go. I gotta reach out to her and
what?
Get an interview with her. I gotta get her on. I gotta get her on the stream. I gotta get her on.
Why would you? Why on this stream or your own stream?
My own.
Please don't subject me to that brain rot.
True story. I interviewed her back in 2014. When was Gamergate? During Gamergate, on the Majority Report, when I was hosting the Majority Report. I gotta reach back out there and get her on, and I gotta talk to her.
What did you talk to her about?
Oh, plenty of things.
Like what?
Everything that she's been on about Israel and Palestine.
I cussed her out on Twitter, and she unfollowed me, and I unfollowed her back, and then she followed me again recently, and I was like, I'm not following you back, girly. You're whack as fuck. But good luck with that interview. I might react to it.
I mean, I don't know if she's would agree, but I definitely want to reach out to her.
Oh, she'll agree. She'll love the attention. She'll agree.
Yeah. Everyone knows that I'm a fair, straight up guy. This is so, and if anyone's listening who's friends with her or whatever, I want to have a legitimate conversation.
I don't think that's possible with her, but good luck.
I'm good. I'm good. I think if she agrees, I got it. Crystal DW fan with a super chat. Do you think the TikTok ban will go through? No.
Yes.
I don't. You think it's gonna go through?
Right now it's at the Supreme Court's hands, and I don't have any faith in the Supreme Court unless Donald Trump jumps in, which there have been reports that Donald Trump.
Oh, he already did. No, he wrote an amicus brief to them and told them to not touch it and let him handle it. He says, I think it's gonna be fine.
But he was the pioneer of the ban originally, so I don't know.
Yes, but did you read the amicus brief where basically he goes on and on about how great it was for his re-election campaign and how he loves TikTok now?
Wait, no, I did not read that. What?
He says how they need to not touch it because he alone, not he as the president, but he alone, Donald Trump, the deal-making king, can fix things with TikTok, and to let him handle it, and he'll work things out with TikTok and make sure everything's fine. And he says he has special expertise for a few reasons. One of those reasons is he runs a very successful social media platform of his own known as Truth Social. That's what he said. And then number 2, he has billions of views on TikTok. And it was very important to his re-election campaign. And so he understands the power of TikTok, and he feels differently about it now than he once did.
That man will tap dance any which way that benefits him, so that doesn't surprise me.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's why people got to use that to their advantage. I mean, they do. I mean, that's why you see every fucking tech CEO fucking jump out and congratulate him for every little thing. You got
for sure
all these companies donating to his inauguration event. It's amazing.
Yeah, because they know.
Yeah, right. I don't think it'll go through. Or if there is something, if there's if there is some sort of ban element that goes through, it'll be worked out in a way to make TikTok abide to whatever those rules are.
I know for a damn fact they're not going to sell.
They're not going to. They already said they're not going to. ByteDance already said they're not going to sell.
So if that's their middle ground, that's not going to happen. But maybe they'll come out. I don't know. I have no clue. Hopefully it doesn't get banned.
I mean, the draw for TikTok for ByteDance is the algorithm they have. Yeah. They don't want to sell that. It's I'm not a big TikTok person. Hard. Although my New Year's resolution, but this is very important for you, Arian. My New Year's resolution for 2025 is to get on and start being active on TikTok. That's why I know it's not gonna get banned. Because otherwise, I only got a few days to.
We love the delusion, Matt.
All right, let's go to the next super chat. Piano Zeno with this isn't for me, but I'll read it. With a super chat. Happy New Year, Leftist Mafia hooligans.
Thank you.
180K Chan with a super chat. This is for me. You think they will lock up immigrants and use them as free labor and deport them super slow? They'll definitely lock up immigrants. I don't think they'll use them as free labor and deport them super slow. Because then that sort of defeats their messaging purpose. I don't know.
It's a little counteractive, but the way they treat inmates in America, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that.
Right, yeah. Next is not for me, but I'll read it. Mark Right-Handed Sith Smith with super chat. Is there a list of the whole Leftist Mafia so I can sub to all of them?
Oh yeah, I sent it in my chat. That was for my chat. I sent it to them.
Was that Blue Sky or just all in general?
I think subscribe. I think they said sub, so I think it meant YouTube. But I sent it all in the chat.
Okay, cool. Not for me, but I'll read it. Duke of Bread with a super chat. Have you all heard about Vipassana meditation? Michael raved about it to people. Free 10-day retreat. Check it out.
Who's Michael?
Michael Brooks.
I don't know.
The one thing I never got on board with Michael was his New Age stuff. He was Mr. Free Spirit, meditation, retreats, all that. I am the opposite of that. I can't get with it. If that's for you, that's all power to you. But the hippie stuff, not for me.
It doesn't even have to be hippie stuff. I mean, I'm here for it. I just don't know who that person is.
Let's go to this is for me. Bay Photo with a super chat. There's 2 parts to the honey scam where they collude with businesses to control coupon code access. Well, that's interesting. Not fully surprising. Is that in the same video? Because I just saw the affiliate stuff. I didn't watch the whole video, honestly. But I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean, I don't usually find the best coupon codes from those all the time. It depends what site it is. I I'd be interested in looking more into that though. I just realized your shirt, Ariana.
Yeah.
Can I see the whole thing? What does it say? YouTube partner. When did you? Is that an official YouTube shirt?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that?
VidCon.
Oh, okay. It wasn't something YouTube gave out.
No. It was at VidCon. It was in their VidCon lounge. You had to be a partner to get the sweater, but if you were there, you would be able to get one.
Oh fuck! Where was VidCon?
Yeah. VidCon is in LA.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not. Yeah, not happening.
Well, they have VidCons all over the U.S. Where are you at?
I'm in New York.
Yeah. I think the East Coast one might have been in Boston.
Yeah, I'm not traveling.
I mean, if you can find a way to get it, you can get one.
I like that shirt. It's a good shirt.
It's a cute shirt. Yeah, I like it. Thank you.
I said it was a good shirt. You that's all I said.
Yeah, my sweater is cute, even if he doesn't want to say it.
J Cass with the super chat. This isn't $2, it's 40 pesos. Jackpot. Thank you, J Cass. Let's go to I don't know who this is for, not for me, but Cyborg Manifesto with a super chat, $20 super chat to somebody. Cyborg Manifesto did give me $20 earlier, so I'm not being selfish.
Oh wait, no, they sent it to me too.
Oh, okay.
Rihanna Wu is the Laura Loomer of TYT.
Oh, there you go. Oh, wait, well, maybe that's the one I missed from you. There was a few I didn't see of yours.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cyborg, thank you so much. Leftist Mafia Sugar Daddy.
Chris with a super chat. It's not anti-using affiliate links. It's that if a fan uses your affiliate link while the Honey app is active, they steal it. Right, but that should be that's what I mean. Like, it should be obvious. Like, if you are activating one of those cashback rewards coupon extensions, their whole monetization model is they take the affiliate, like they insert their affiliate link. I understand maybe it wasn't obvious to people. That's my mess up for assuming this was a known thing. This is part of the thing I knew. Like, if you were using any affiliate link and then you activated Rakuten or Honey or Capital One Rewards, or I'm looking at the ones I have. There's a bunch. They insert their affiliate link the second you use it, overriding whatever affiliate link you were using prior, because that's how they make the money to give you the cash back or the reward or whatever it is. I can't believe I dropped the ball on that one. I'm just going to assume that nobody knows anything and just... T King with a super chat. Could you get Mike Poole on? Is that Tim Poole's dad, right? I'll reach out to him. I don't know if he would do it. Also, I don't want to get him on to just, like, you know, make it feel like I'm ragging on Tim Poole. Like, but if his dad could give us some insight into, I don't think he has. He's called into Majority Report before and he gave us some insight into, like, his relationship with Tim and how that affected their political, you know, how politics affected their relationship. I think that's relevant. But I don't want, like, just to get his dad on to, like, give me the 411 on Tim Poole's life or whatever. Blue X with a super chat, just sending me a buckaroony. I appreciate it. Appreciate anything. I appreciate. Mm-hmm. Sanity said, "Get Osmongold's dad." Oh boy. But Tim Poole's dad watches my stream and the Majority Report, mostly the Majority Report.
Good to know.
One more here. Tropical Ding Dong with the super chat. Max Left Voice. Here we go. Hold on, I gotta get into the mode first. Oh boy. All right, here we go. Ho! Is that a healthcare CEO? I went a little bit into the character me and Michael used to do. We used to do this. We used to back during the Occupy Wall Street days, Ariana. Mm-hmm. me and Michael Brooks would do this Michael Bloomberg impression that would just get higher pitched as he got more evil. Like as he like, because he would like talk like a dictator during those days.
Yeah,
and how like the NYPD is his own personal army.
Yeah.
And how they would go down and crack down on Zuccotti Park and the occupiers. And so it'd be like it's Mayor Mike here, and we're gonna crack down on the occupiers. It's my own personal army. We just get higher pitched as it got more ridiculous. And it became like almost like a Mickey Mouse Michael Bloomberg impression.
That is so funny.
That's the background there for anyone who's missing out. All right. That's the show.
Yay!
Right. You don't got anything else, do
you? The year.
Oh wait, hold on. I did get a over on Twitch. Ironstar 2112 subscribe with Prime. Thank you so much, Ironstar. I appreciate it. But that's it. The rest of the crew will be back next week. If you're not subscribed to my channel or Ariana's channel, we're here. Like if you're one of the, what do the stats say? If you're one of the 730 people watching on the Humanist Reports stream right now.
Oh my God! Wait, that's ridiculous. Okay, can you all just come here real quick? Like, come on, give a girl
at least
some
subscribe
love.
to our channel, right? Go to youtube.com/MattBender and subscribe.
Wait, can we put it in the chat?
We can. Go ahead. Drop yours and I'll drop mine.
I need to
subscribe to Matt's channel. YouTube.com. I'm not asking you to pay. I'm not asking you to become a paid member, even. I'm just asking you to become a free, like how you subscribe to a YouTube channel is by clicking the subscribe button.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Yeah, you don't have to pay. It's totally fine. It's all good, Just
right.
Send us a sub, 700 people. That's crazy. I'm so happy for Mike for being so successful, but like also, share the love, y'all. Share the love. Okay, I just sent it in the chat.
There we go. And oh no, wait, you got to are you in? Do you have access to the StreamYard back end?
No, I don't.
We got to get you on that because you can actually, you have the power in the admin back end to send a comment through every connected channel.
Yeah.
So,
okay, well, I sent it in our private chat, so can you do it for him?
Oh, yeah. Send it, and then, sounds good to me. And then...
Yeah, if even 100 people in that 700 chat subscribe, like, that's still a lot. I could hit 11,000 today because I'm so close.
There we go. It's a crazy power to have. I'm able to send a comment as the Rational National, as the Humanist Report.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know they had that function.
Yeah. All right, folks. I think that's the. Oh wait, on Twitch, Looney Tunes 9000 resubscribed for 6 months at Tier 1. Subscriber for 12 months. Thank you so much, Looney Tunes 9000. Ariana, are you on Twitch? Should we let's we both got a decent amount of Twitch people watching. Let's raid somebody. Double raid. People usually like that.
Can we raid on an iPad or no? Let me see if I can.
I don't know.
Okay, who do you want to double raid? Let me see if I can.
Who's on? Let's see. Who's on? Let's see.
My chat is saying Maple Takes.
Who's that? I don't even. Hold on, let me look them up.
He's in my chat regularly. He started streaming. He's really cool. He's a leftist.
Maple Takes. All right, let's do it. I've never rated, so let's do it. Let me know when you're there, and we'll do it at the same time.
I'm opening it right now, so give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm on an old laptop right now. Okay, let's see.
I will. By the way, I will try to stream, not like a official episode, but I'll try to stream live from the CES floor if I can, so you guys can, and we'll do some like live. I'll do some live commentary. I know, I'll be meeting with Ed Zitron there for the. I'm gonna meet Ed for the first time in person.
Wow.
So and people who know, who watch the Scam Economy or just, know Ed from his podcasts or newsletter. It should be fun. Maybe I could do something with him there. I think we're at least gonna do a at least we're gonna do I think we're gonna record an episode of his podcast there. Are you there?
I am. I'm sorry. I'm like squirrel right now. I keep getting distracted. Okay. Yes, I'm here.
Are you on to the Twitch? Don't click start raid yet. Let me know when you have that option, and we'll both do it at the same time.
Okay. I'm on Maple Takes.
All right. I'm clicking start raid. Are you?
Okay. Yep. I just clicked it.
Hold on, and then we're gonna click raid now at the same time too.
Okay. Give me one second.
People usually react to the double raid.
Really?
Whenever me and Michael do it, it's like, holy shit! They're like, oh my 2 raids! Oh, too much! Oh, it's funny.
I'm trying to. My laptop is so slow right now.
Are you ready?
Okay. I got it.
Ready to click raid now? Ready?
Yep.
All right, everyone. See you all next week. We're clicking raid now, and then that's the stream. Take care, everyone.
Bye, guys.
And I'm ending the stream.
My laptop's so slow. Okay, cool. Just did it.